Howdy, ba-ba-da-da! Banjo Ben here at banjobenclark.com, your online home for learning how to play the banjo, the guitar, and the mandolin. Today, we're wrapping up a complete song study. We've looked at Fischer's Hornpipe the last few weeks. We did the mandolin, we did the guitar. Today, we're going to do the banjo. And I'm really excited about this one because we're doing it differently than maybe what you've played or what you've heard before. The song is out of the key of D. And we're going to play kind of a melodic version to it, but we're going to use standard G tuning. A lot of times when I play out the key of D, I will capo my 5th fret up to the 7th fret, so that I can have that A note up there on the top. And that helps a lot of times, but this time we're actually going to leave it open to an open G and use that G note in our melodic runs to complete some of these fiddle melodies that are going on in this song. Check it out. See what you think. Alright, that was my version to Fischer's Hornpipe. If you're watching this on YouTube, here in a little while I'm going to ask you to jump over to the website, banjobenclark.com, where you can join as a Gold Pick member and have access to this full video and all of my tabs and videos. I update them every week. We add one each and every week. If you are a Gold Pick member, jump over to the site, print out this tab that we have for Fischer's Hornpipe, and let's dive into it. We're going to go all the way through it, teach you how to play each and every note, and then I'm going to slow it way down so you can see me play it from beginning to the end very slowly. And then I've got 3 different speeds of guitar rhythm tracks that you can play along with and work your speed up on this one. This one's a lot of fun to play. Let's jump into that first A part, Fischer's Hornpipe. Alright, this is a fun version to play. It's got just a few little tricks in it. And once we learn these little tricks, you can get pretty smooth and fast with this version. We're going to kick it off by just walking 3/4 notes up into the measure 2. So starting there, measure 1, the kickoff sounds like this. That's pretty simple. Pay attention with your right hand. I have those circled pick numbers beneath the notes. I got a T for a thumb, a 1 for your index, and a 2 for your middle. And it'll save you some work if you'll pay attention to those, because there is some unique fingerings, pick fingerings in this particular version. Going there into measure 2, we're going to start with a backwards roll. Okay, that's simple enough. We're going to jump up, and with our ring finger, I want you to grab the 7th fret. So that whole measure 2 sounds like this. Now here's the key to this. Leave that ring finger down. Don't pick it up, because we're going to need it again in the beginning of measure 3 there. And we're going to slide down. This might take you a little while to get used to. There's kind of a little mechanism that we just need to learn here that will let us get this smooth. But the key is to leave that ring finger down the 7th fret and then slide down into this kind of D shape. Okay, from measure 3. So starting measure 2 there. Leave it down. Then you can lift it, and we come back up, and we do the same thing. And that's the same pattern that happens in measure 4. And once again, leave it down, going into measure 5. In measure 5, we have that forward reverse roll, where we're getting through kind of the first little phrase of the song. Now, one thing that I will recommend to you here is when you land on the 2nd fret down here on the low D string, then we have the 2nd fret up here on the B string to play. Try to leave that down and create resonance there, because we're wanting to play over that A chord versus doing this. Okay, we want to leave these down, and then we can release them whenever we start measure 6, which is the same as measure 2. Leave it down. Now there, we also want to leave it down at the end of measure 7, but not because we're going to slide down, but because we're going to start this little melodic D run here in measure 8, which sounds like this. Now these are a little different melodic runs than what you may be used to playing out of the key of G, because we have a different key signature here. Okay, so we're using the 6th fret on the G string. That's a C sharp. We're using that a lot, as opposed to many times we would use this 5th fret in the key of G. So that's the big difference here, is that we're just using a different scale. Good. And then measure 9, we're going to wrap up the first A part, come back down to that position there. And then we're going to walk right back in to the second A part, which is exactly the same as the first A part. Hold it down. Then walk up the scale. Then we're going to go into the first B part here, which gets really cool, because we've got to figure out a way in the key of D that we're going to represent this fiddle tune melody, and it poses a few different I guess problems that you wouldn't normally see in the key of G. Let's check that out now.